Dal says, I've been fighting a cold for a week. How do we know the difference between needing rest because we're sick, or do we not listen to a spirit of infirmity and fight it, if that makes sense? Yeah, as I mentioned, last year I was just sharing how I had a cold. And that was a spiritual attack that I know God allowed to refine me. But I've never had a cold last that long, and my voice be gone. It was like gone. It was like not all the way back for I think like 2.5 to 3 weeks or something. But we are humans, and so sometimes colds happen, and our immune system gets stronger. The way though in the anointing is that we're never, except for these times like I'm sharing with you the situation I went through that God will allow, we do not have to go through such horrible sicknesses that others do because of the abundant life we have through Christ. But yeah, like what I do whenever if I were to ever feel a cold coming on, like that feeling, is I rebuke it. I declare it to go, and I also take care of my body. So I also make sure I'm drinking a lot of water. I drink tea, and I make sure I get good sleep. And if it does end up, sometimes I'll notice like supernaturally it'll just go, and then once in a while I'll notice that I'll have like a cold just for a couple days, like a normal cold. And what I'll do is I still declare, I still say, I am healed. I declare all sickness must go. I am healed. I'm very careful over my words, even though it's a cold, and I know these things are just kind of natural, normal sometimes as humans. I still am really careful over my words, because if you aren't, you could make it be this like prolonged sickness, right? And I also want to leave the door open for God to miraculously make it not even turn into a cold. So I always am so careful over my words. If I do notice that it turned into a cold, I won't be like so angry, but I still am going in the spirit. Like I'm staying content, but I'm still going in the spirit and declaring healing.